What is up, gamers? It's your boy Goodman12 back with another video. Unlike my previous video where I was super fast and telling you to update things, this is a more detailed one on whether or not should you summon on either Yae's banner or the weapon banner. Now, of those for here, just for Yae, that's gonna be first. So then, should you summon on Yae's banner? Even though I am a huge fan of Yae and I've been waiting for her for a long time, I pretty much haven't summoned since Raiden's banner. What do I think you should do? I think you should skip this. So here's the thing. As of now, we don't know how strong our viable Yae will be. I have done some, I guess, call it theory crafting. I just don't want to be associated with those theory crafters. But just with basic game knowledge and other things, I have figured that if you don't like this character, don't get her. The thing is, I think she's going to be pretty strong on specific teams, but it's like Shinha where you only want to use them or only can really use them on specific team comps. Now that's not a bad thing. Again, I said I do think she will be quite strong. However, if you are a new player, I probably wouldn't recommend summoning on this banner specifically. I'd probably recommend summoning on the next banner with Raiden, and do not summon on Kokomi's banner. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because Yae's kit, right, is suited more for a mono electro team. Specifically, if you have them with high constellations. Now, it's going to sound ridiculous. Wait, Gold, how many constellations are you talking? I'm talking all C6. If you have Yae, Raiden, and Sarah all C6, they can do some pretty crazy stuff. Sarah's going to give a damage boost to both of them constantly, and you're going to be able to spam ultimates back to back to back. You're going to be able to do some pretty crazy stuff with that full team. However, free to play and, especially for new players, it's not really viable, and it's not going to be as strong as if you had them all C6. Now, Yae, on the other hand, doesn't have to be necessarily C6 for this to work. She can be C4, where you at least get the support buff. But the reason why this is the fact that Raiden's ult at C6 will give you reduced ult cooldown, meaning you will be able to use both Yae's and Sarah's more, which means Sarah will be able to apply her buff more, and Yae will then be able to also burst more often with the cooldown reduction. And with that, right, you just be able to spam burst after burst after burst. Throw Kazuha on the team, they're all doing massively increased amounts of damage, and you will destroy everything. Nothing will survive basically one burst by either Yae or Raiden. I think it's going to be a pretty strong team, but with that being said, again, Yae by herself on other teams, I'm not sure it's going to be worth doing. Again, this is just a pre-analysis, so I can't tell you directly like, oh, hey, definitely skip Yae, right? I'm just saying I think you probably should skip her unless you're like me and really like her and I've been waiting for her. Then, of course, summon for her, right? So then, with all that out of the way, the 4 stars, which is the main thing that's happening on the banner, everyone's gonna, pull at least one of these characters at some point, right? Or hopefully, ideally. Diona. Everyone knows already Diona is a cracked character, right? I don't even have to really go into it. And if you want me to, well, basically, Diona is going to be able to generate generate a ton of particles, healing, and oh, sorry, that's the wrong character. Whoops. And help apply cryo, right? She's pretty effective at that. So Diona, for those who don't know, right, is a bow character where you are either using Favonius Lance, Elegy for the end, or Sack Bow to generate particles for various cryo characters. She has a very strong shield, like one of the better shields in the game, especially once you get C2, right, to get the extra damage absorption. And again, it doesn't seem like much, but any more damage you're able to take is amazing. And that's for ultimate. Again, it's just healing and apply some good cryo over time. Very nice. Diona is one of the key units to the mono cryo team. She's very strong, and she's also one of my favorite units to use in variety teams like the Eula team, right? Every constellation you get for her is going to be helpful besides the C4, where it's literally just aim shot speed, right? This one isn't so helpful unless, of course, you're in Abyss of, was it the Abyss Selectors? Or no, Heralds, my bad, the Hydra dudes, you'll be able to more easily apply crowd to them. So that is nice, right? But yeah, enough about Diona, right? She's incredibly strong, but it's like if you don't have her by now, then I don't think you should like summon on the Baron just to get her. If you do get her though, level her. She's amazing. So Our next unit is Fischl. Fischl is also very good. However, I don't think she's as good until you get her C6. Now, her entire kit revolves around Oz and resetting Oz for him to be on the field to do more damage. And before C6, it's kind of lackluster. So she will do additional attacks whenever someone does electro damage, right? Which is actually pretty good. And that's if Oz is on the field, by the way. He does an additional lightning strike, which is pretty good. But without the C6, you're not really making advantage of this and everything else in her kit. Because all this does is it pretty much everything besides the C1 is helping boost Oz's damage, right? The C1 gives you a little orb, right, that also does normal attacks with you as physical damage, which is good for main DPS Fischl, right, for a physical build. But her normals are pretty low, and again, you're not running this in any in-game content. So unless you have her C6, I think she's pretty lackluster. Again, it's nice to get her back on banners, but with it, trying to use her on teams that aren't, beta official are like pretty much a beta official. You use her on those teams specifically in order to get extra energy and do additional attacks, which is very strong. But again, none of these are really helping you for your job besides maybe the C4 and definitely C3 for Fischl. The main thing is the C6 to do additional attacks so you can do even more damage with the ultimate, or not ultimate, sorry, Ascension passive. And yeah, that's about it. Again, you're not playing Fischl, you're playing Oz, right? I'm not sure if anyone's heard that joke before, but that's the main thing. Like she's strong, but before C6, it's kind of like whatever, right? Mediocre physical damage dealer with some extra damage, but that C6 is definitely where it comes in strong. Now, the last unit on the banner, my bad for swapping between so many tabs, is Toma. So Toma, is it not gonna? Yo, Toma? Hmm. Okay, well, anyways, where was I? Toma. I'm not the biggest fan of Toma's kit, to be honest with you. It's nice, and he does get a pretty decent shield, especially with the uptime. His shield is up pretty reliably, right? And he's got some strong team setups, but he's more of like a second option instead of like a must pick in those teams, unfortunately. Again, I do wish he was better. He seems pretty cool. I even have friends that are huge fans of him. But it's unfortunate his kid's kind of lackluster. The whole thing revolves around him resetting his shield, right? Which can be strong. But he applies power like every 3 hits, which means he will not be able to vaporize or do very good damage. Hopefully I do pull him to add to the collection. But again, Toma on this banner is, as I said, kind of mediocre. If you're looking for any consolation, it's probably the first two. The latter half are actually really strong, getting extra energy, but it's like not many characters are making use of this passive, right? They have to be able to proc it, which is only going to proc off like normal attacks, right? So Hu Tao will be able to get use of this and do some extra damage, but it's like on that team, you might as well run Zhongli, right? And again, it is solid, but Toma overall is kind of lackluster, and it's unfortunate to say that, especially him being on this banner. But with 2 of the 4 stars being kind of and Diana being crazy, it's like, what's the draw on this banner for new players besides Diana and maybe a C6 Fischl if you're going crazy? I don't really see it, especially because Yae requires in-game materials that if you're a new player, you're not gonna be able to use this unit for most of your game experience, which is unfortunate, right? Now, again, I believe YouTubers like Tectone have said new characters aren't really content for free-to-plays, and for the most part, I can agree because, especially in this sense, with some of these newer ones, it's like you can't use them until you beat in the game, right? And as I said, she's mainly used on a mono Electro team that pretty much requires Raiden. And so that's why I say before, if you like Yae, summon for Raiden first, and then get Yae on her rerun. Because Raiden is one of the best characters in the game and will be massive for Yae Miko. And it sucks to say that because I do love this character. And if you do want to check me out, summon for them, you can see it on screen and in the description. And I will be summoning for her tomorrow whenever she comes out. Alright, now for the weapon banner. I've gone on enough about those. Should you summon there? Again, this is a little long, but I'm going to try to speed it up here. So then, her actual weapon. It's actually pretty decent. the main use for it, or well, not all characters can use the full passive. Sorry, I didn't pull that up. Actually, I guess I can pull it up right here. It's down here. Yeah, here it is. So her actual weapon is pretty good, right? It is the 66 damage with 608 base attack archetype, which is pretty strong, for most users. But the thing is, the main draw of it is the elemental skill. So this boosts damage every time you use your elemental skill for 16 seconds, which is pretty strong. It goes up to 24%, max 3 stacks, so that's what, 70, that's like 76%. You're getting a huge boost out of this, dude. Crazy. And then you're also going to get an extra 24% elemental damage bonus after you get all 3 stacks. Now this is going to be really strong on Yae and Lisa of all characters. Unfortunately, almost everyone else can't even get 3 stacks. One character that can, I believe, get 3 stacks is Nick Wong after you do some finicky like shield destruction thing after burst. So you're not even going to get full damage on your burst, and you're not really damaging with her E skill. It's more of there just to apply the buff and, do extra damage on burst. So like this weapon, while it's strong, you can't get the full effects of it on every character. That doesn't mean it's an outright skip though. What makes it a there isn't like anything necessarily saying it's an outright skip besides the fact of it free to play. I wouldn't recommend summoning on weapon banners at all for the most part, unless you've gotten to the point in the game where it's like I don't want any other characters and I need weapons to power up my account. Then this one is one of the okay banners to actually summon on. So we already know Jade Cutter's really strong. It's got an average base attack with 44 crit rate, which is insane. It's really good on characters like Kaya, Kaya, Kaching, and main DPS Kazuha. And yeah, it's a strong weapon overall. And then as for the 4 stars, they're actually all pretty good for the most part. Stringless, we know, burst. It's burst and elemental skill damage, incredibly strong on official Venti. We have Sack Sword, which is really good on Xingqiu, his best in slot for the most part. Wavebreaker's Fin, which is an overpowered weapon. You can use it on a lot of spear characters besides Xiao, unfortunately. The high base attack is still nice, though. And then we have Eye Perception, which isn't too good. I believe that proc does physical damage, right? And there are better 4-star options, especially for free-to-play ones. If you have Dotoko Tails, you might as well use that, right? Hopefully that weapon comes back. It's pretty good. And then Rain Slasher has some use on Vape the Luke and Seiyu, which is also pretty strong. But yeah, those are the banners for this update. Let me know what you guys think of them down below. I think they're pretty much skips for the entire thing, unfortunately, for most players. Again, I will be summoning for Yae, hopefully in 110 pool. And if you guys want to see more Genshin Impact content, subscribe and check me out on Twitch. And I will see you later.